Hello AustCham, welcome to another video with one of our more recent sponsors. I'm here with James Isles from Mufasa. And where did the name come from?
I was born in Kenya, born in Nairobi, and then the early years of my life I was in Malawi. So when trying to figure out the name of the company, as you generally do, you sort of go through this process of coming up with different ideas. And I just suggested Mufasa amongst the group as a kind of a little joke. And then suddenly they were Thai, and they just thought, they liked the name. So they got really into that name. So they thought, okay, we'll call it Mufasa. But the good thing about it is the lion logo then comes naturally with it. But I have discovered that Mufasa is a far more difficult word to say.
I find it very difficult.
Some people call it Mustafa.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's Mufasa. There's add letters to it.
What is it that you do differently to differentiate yourself when you're helping brands? What makes you unique?
Well, I think that's multifaceted. People don't value the storyboard enough or the script. And so when clients ask for a quote, they're focused very much on the cost of the filming, the cost of the editing. But actually, it's the idea that has the biggest value. And the biggest mistake that I think nearly all my clients tend to do is they look at their competitor and they try to mimic what their competitors are doing. And so you end up in this sort of cycle where each person is mimicking each other. But when you sort of break down and ask the question, well, who's your audience? I mean, these are really, really obvious questions. And what are they interested in? Then you can start to actually see that what you need to communicate is different from what, first of all, your competitors are doing and also what you're thinking. Because sometimes the obstacle factor to someone, say, not using a service or product, you're not aware of until you ask them, so what influenced your decision in this process? And suddenly you might discover that actually this is the point that you need to sort of educate them on. And then you can go and start to build a script around those points that actually address your target.
So this is where the storytelling comes in.
Yes.
This is when you sit down and try to create the story.
That's right, yeah.
To convince the customer or to convince the client that this is the story we need to tell to get the maximum or the exposure that they're looking for. How do you do that?
You kind of have to ask yourself, well, why are you filming these things? What's the purpose of the content? And usually for an expo event, it might fall into two categories. One is that there's the immediate social media factor. So those who attended, they would like to have that kind of video to share to say and promote, we're at this event. But also after that, it's promoting the next event. So you then break down, well, what is it those clients are interested to see? Foot traffic is the obvious one, but there's always things what kind of VIP visitors did you have? People representing the government come? What kind of companies turned up? So that means that we would have to capture to show all the VIPs that came, all of the sort of special important businesses that were there, and then that would help promote to the booth audience. Then you've got the visitor audience who might actually need something specific. Now, besides the obvious, sometimes there's always that little secret that's industry specific. You try to find that industry specific thing, and once you know, that's what they're really interested in, then you go about capturing that particular aspect of it.
Let's talk about your achievements. You've had a lot of achievements from a lot of customers, right? So you must have had some highlights through there of things that you think were self-satisfying to yourself is probably the biggest thing, right? As well as obviously the achievement for the client, right?
Last year, I had sort of TAT contact me, but from the US side. And I'd worked with TAT LA before on a TV show. And they had been discussing with the office in New York. They wanted to do a 360 video. And the concept of this 360 experience was to promote the locations of the White Lotus, which is the TV series that's on HBO. And so that's part of their tourism campaign. And that was going to be working with another agency. They're going to build a website to have this whole experience. We won the project, and then we went off filming for 2 weeks in Bangkok, Koh Samui and Phuket, with all these like specific locations that are important to the White Lotus. And to promote that, so we've got to promote the hotels. And that was a full-on, day by day, filming indoors, outdoors, nighttime. I'm surprised how many fire shows Thailand has. They are spectacular, but try to get the camera as close as we can to the fire. We had 2 cameras, and one of them, the lens got damaged, so we had to quickly order a third one to be delivered in mid-shoot, and then we're back up to 2 cameras. So yeah, I've now got 3 cameras. I repaired it. But yeah, we went through 1 camera, it got destroyed.
They must supposed to put in the fire.
Oh yeah, this one decided to take a fall. But yeah, it's like, as a camera, when you're filming, you try to get it as close to the danger zone as you can. And you know that there's a risk, but it's fun. Just as long as you don't cross over that safety line. And then we had to edit that video, which took a long time because 360 video is a bit more sort of let's say demanding than regular video. And the website went live around about at the end of last year, 2024. And then to my surprise, one day the agency, who are sort of part of this whole relationship, told me that the project had won 2 awards in New York.
Yeah, since you're also a part of that.
And yeah, we got the credit.
Yeah.
So credit the production, as a production team, Mufasa, and 2 of them. For one of them based on the virtual reality experience. And so that's probably the biggest award that I've ever won. And that's the highlight. And I like to say it demonstrates how you go from a theoretical understanding of a new technology to executing it, and it actually gets recognition. So that was just fantastic. I'm completely over the moon about this one.
So thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.